Content warning for profanity, body horror, and horror elements. Welcome to Discount Storytime, Season 3, Episode 13. This week's story is Jamalama, Fatalis. Enjoy! Today, Discount Storytime proudly introduces a true POS. That's right, a POS, or pioneer of science. And this particular POS is Dr. Buford Felper. His amazing story began not in our current year of 2025, but hundreds of years ago in 1975. The team at Discount Storytime recovered his lost audio journals in a remote mountain cabin, and you, dear listener, are the first to hear them. We'll start back when Dr. Felper was a young surgeon on a very eventful day. Journal entry for Dr. Buford Felper, Wednesday, August 13th, 1975. Today was a very eventful day. It all started normally, though. I met with my first patient of the day, Mr. McArdle, who was having routine hernia repair surgery. So that's how hernia repair works, Mr. McArdle. What questions do you have for me? Oh, Mr. McArdle, a kindly-faced elderly man, looked at me with trusting eyes and asked, "Will I be able to dance with my best girl at our 60th wedding anniversary party?" With that, he took Mrs. McArdle's hand and they looked at each other tenderly. It was such a touching sight. I said, "Well, congratulations. Of course. Maybe not the hustle or the electric slide. Let's keep it to slow dances, okay?" They smiled and laughed, and Mrs. McArdle kissed her husband of 60 years before he was rolled to the operating room for a simple hernia repair. 10 brutal hours later, I walked out of the OR, my scrubs soaked in blood and tissue, to meet with Mrs. McArdle. My heart, light that morning, was heavy indeed. Mrs. McArdle, frantic, rushed up to me.
"What is it, doctor? How's my husband?"
"Maybe it's best if we talk somewhere else." I led Mrs. McArdle to the family consultation room. "Let's go talk in the designated bad news room."
"What is it? Please tell me, is my Archibald okay? His surgery has taken so long."
I took a seat. Blood and macerated tissue spilled off my scrubs onto the chair. "Well, hernia repair surgeries typically take about 18 hours. I should have told you that before, but you should not worry. Your husband is resting."
"Oh, that's good news."
By resting, I mean resting in peace. He's dead. Dead as a doornail. Dead, D-E-D, dead.
What? What happened? You said this would be a routine procedure."
It was until I noticed your husband has some toe jam, or I guess I should say had, past tense.
"Toe jam? Is that bad?"
Oh, the mortality rate for toe jam, or Jamalama Fatalis, is somewhere between 0 and billions of lives. We had to amputate.
"His toes?"
Nope, couldn't take a chance that we wouldn't get it all.
"You amputated his foot? His knee? His leg?"
His body.
"You amputated his body?"
Yes, ma'am. We hacked his body to pieces. Had to really go at it, too. He is, or He was one sturdy man.
Oh no! Did he feel? Could he feel?
Everything? Oh, absolutely. Once we know a patient is going to die anyway, why throw money away on expensive anesthesia? He awoke screaming. I'm surprised you couldn't hear his screams of agony. Your husband has a set of pipes. Sorry, he had a set of pipes. Now those pipes are in a leaky trash bag.
He sings in the church choir,
Sang Mrs. McArdle. He sang in the church choir. After comforting Mrs. Widow McArdle, I wondered, was there anything else I could have done? Jamalama Fatalis was killing so many of my patients. Could there be another way to remove the fuzz between toes? Other than hacking patients to tiny bits of quivering viscera? Well, probably not, but I had to try. Starting today, I will focus my medical knowledge on better treatments of this deadly disease. Journal entry for Saturday, August 16th, 1975. I planned to spend my day in the hospital library reading everything I could about the treatment of Jamalama Fatalis, but it only took a few minutes. There ain't hardly nothing published in the literature about this disease. How can that be? How can such a devastating illness go unaddressed? I am deeply discouraged, but also motivated. This is an opportunity. Medicine will conquer Jamalama Fatalis, and I'm the surgeon that's gonna do it. Journal entry for Tuesday, August 19th. This evening I ran across some leftover blastaholic firecrackers from the 4th of July, and I thought, am I looking at a treatment option? It could work. Why, it should work. Damn it, it must work if I'm to save my patients. But first I have to test it. And I shall test this experimental treatment on myself. I am aware of the ethical conundrum of doing medical research on myself. Why, I should, at minimum, at least test it on orphans first. But ethics be damned. Time is of the essence. This is experiment number 1. I have retired to my garage and carefully wedged the blastaholic firecracker in the interdigital space between my pinky toe and my ring toe of my left foot. Making sure there were no flammable objects nearby, I will ever so carefully light the fuse and... Oh, God damn it! Ow, that hurt! Oh, no! Damn it! The outcome of experiment number 1 is such. My pinky toe is now laying in a puddle of blood and firecracker debris. Best I can tell, toe jam is, well, it's somewhat gone, so I will call that a moderate success. Experiment number 2. All good scientific experiments must be reproducible. Therefore, I have carefully placed a second blastaholic firecracker in the interdigital space between my pinky toe and ring toe of my right foot. Making sure there were no flammable objects nearby, I ever so carefully light the fuse and... Fuck! Oh, Fuck, that hurt. Oh. The outcome of experiment number 2 matches experiment number 1, and I now have 2 pinky toes laying in puddles of blood and firecracker debris. Pretty sure there is still some toe jam in there, though, and, well, now that I think of it, and I have to admit I'm getting a bit woozy as I record this. Setting off firecrackers in the operating suites may have some safety concerns. I'm just going to lie down a little. I'm feeling a little woozy. Journal entry for Friday, August 22nd, 1975. Experiment number 3. For this experiment, I will apply a more delicate approach and use an electric router with a 1/2-inch shank bit to remove toe jam. Again, I am in my garage and have carefully taken off my socks and folded and draped them over the back of my chair in the usual manner. I'll be working on the interdigital space between my burned ring toe and middle toe of my left foot, as my pinky toe has somehow disappeared. I suspect my cat, Waffles, hid my pinky toes somewhere in the house. I cannot find them, but the smell in this southern August heat is something terrible. So my router is plugged in with the 1/2-inch bit, and I'm just gonna... Oh my God! Ow! 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 Oh Lordy! Oh! Okay. That didn't work either. So it looks like it cleared out a chunk of toe jam. So I again would call that a moderate success. But it also cut off most of my ring toe in the process. That toe was now hanging on a little flap of skin. Oh, God damn it, that hurts. Hi, Waffles. Now stay back. Stay back, kitty. Waffles, no. Waffles. Now, Waffles, leave that. Ow. Waffles, ow. Stop pulling on my toe, Waffles. You ripped it off. You ripped off my toe, Waffles. You come back here with that. Bad kitty. Again, maybe a success, but not quite the results I was hoping for. Oh, that's a lot of blood on the floor. I'm feeling a little woozy. I may just... Journal entry for Monday, August 25th, 1975. Experiment number 4. I admit I am feeling somewhat discouraged, but damn it, this is science. I will save my patients. Also, I gotta find those missing toes my cat Waffles ran off with. I asked him about it, but he just stared at me. For this experiment, I will use a similar approach to what my colleagues in dentistry are always pushing: floss. But to get the desired results for treatment of toe Jamalama fatalis, I will replace weak and breakable dental floss with something a little bit more sturdy. Straight line stainless steel razor wire. And as before, I am performing this experiment inside my garage. I have set everything out, and as an extra precaution, closed the door to keep Waffles out. See here, there, and there. Now, I have prepped the razor wire by first soaking it in hot sauce to lower the risk of infection. I will now carefully thread the razor wire under the middle toe of my right foot with it coming up on both sides. Now, for this procedure, I will carefully, and I do mean carefully, saw back and forth. Now this should work. This must work. Damn it, my patients need this to work. Must clear the toe jam on both the medial and lateral sides of the middle toe. And, well, okay, that's not so bad. Got a little bit of toe jam off, but not nearly enough. I think in order to get proper results, it will require a more vigorous sawing effort. Ah! Oh, that hurts. Oh, God damn it, I done sawed off my toe. That really hurts. Not just the physical pain, but, the physical pain is right up there, but the disappointment. So the outcome of this experiment is now my right middle toe is laying in a puddle of blood, and my right ring toe is hanging on by a flap of skin, and... Waffles, how'd you get in here? Leave that alone. Bring my middle toe back right now, mister. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Well, at least I still have this one toe. Just hanging there. Just hanging on. Like old Dr. Felper, we're just all hanging on. I guess I should try to... Scampers? That's my neighbor's cat, Scampers. Scampers, how'd you get in here? Did Waffles let you in? Scampers, no, kitty, leave that ow, stop pulling there. Ow, go, shoot. Oh, give that back. Give me my toe back, Scampers. Bad kitty, I'm going to tell on you. I want that toe back, Scampers. I just tried to stand up and got real dizzy. I'm just gonna... Journal entry for Saturday, August 30th, 1975. I have taken a slower approach to my experiments as I am running low on both blood and toes, and, dear journal, good fortune has smiled upon me today. I had planned to try an experimental treatment using a hatchet covered in battery acid, but, as fate would have it, I was invited to a fundraising gala for disco pelvis awareness. The gala was served the most wonderful dinner of sunflower seeds, corn on the cob, popcorn, and a caramel taffy dessert. Afterwards, I had a lovely conversation with two gentlemen, both named Steve, from Cupertino, California. They're working on a new sort of computer system and asked me if I would be interested in investing. No, thank you. I am smart with my money. But one of the Steves, and I apologize, I can't remember which, pulled out a most unusual device. It was a stick with bits of cotton at both ends. I believed he called it a cotton swab. He then began using this so-called cotton swab to clean out the bits between his teeth, much like flossing, but a lot classier at a gala event such as this. I asked him about it, and he said, "Oh, yes, this. I use these while waiting for toothpicks to be invented. Care for one?" "Am I?" I replied eagerly. "Eureka! I've found a prototype. Now, in order to use it, I will first need to make some modifications. I am so excited, but I am excited and anemic and may need to rest a little first. Also, I still can't find my toes. Waffles, where are my toes?" Journal entry for Monday, August 32nd, 1975. Experiment number 5. I have high hopes for this so-called swab, with some modifications, of course. I worry that the cotton swab is inadequate to scrape the toe jam off the skin surface, so I have added pieces of broken glass into the cotton matrix. Additionally, I have soaked it in alcohol and rolled it in salt. Huh, almost like a tequila shooter. Well, here goes. I have again locked and bolted my garage door closed to keep Waffles and other assorted cat delinquents out. I will apply the test device. Let's see. Not much for choices here left. How about the inner digital space between my left big toe and index toe? Well, here goes nothing. Oh boy, that burns. But so far the toes remain intact. Oh, ow, ow, ow. I can see toe jam particles are loosening and... It worked! Eureka! It worked! The treatment worked and I did it! I found a cure! And so Dr. Buford Felper discovered the treatment for toe Jamalama fatalis and spread his new invention far and wide. Who knows how many lives were saved? Our last journal entry is from Dr. Felper's journal in 1978. Journal entry for Saturday, December 9th, 1978. Well, it sure was an honor to be nominated for the Nobel Prize in Medicine, and I almost would have won it too, but I understand why they picked the winner. Dr. Hampshire's research on the use of dynamite to clean earwax was groundbreaking, and I'm glad to see her receive a posthumous award. And it's not like I've done so bad for myself. After inventing the piggy picks for the treatment of toe Jamalama fatalis, sales have gone through the roof, allowing me to cut back on my busy work schedule and heck, even travel and give lectures at conferences. Also, I can finally afford those expensive harpsichord lessons Waffles has been asking for. Play us out, Waffles. Bye-bye, y'all.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this entertaining and educational episode. If you've been paying attention to the headlines around the world, undoubtedly you heard that Discount Storytime is coming to an end. But fear not, dear listener. The Discount Storytime staff of hundreds on our 20-acre studio compound will not leave you hanging. Chicken Fried Horror is our new podcast and will take a horror movie and give it the same professional treatment you've come to settle for. There's a link in the show notes for a quick introduction episode. And if you've enjoyed the Discount Storytime podcast and like scary movies, please take a moment to subscribe to Chicken Fried Horror so you don't miss our first story, Bluer, which comes out on December 15th and is our version of the 1996 Stephen King movie Thinner. Next week's story is a replay of our internationally acclaimed Thanksgiving holiday special, Cranberries and Romance. And until next week, play nice with others, be super duper kind to yourself, and as always, remember to laugh. Bye. Hello, awesome listeners. I've moved the show off Patreon and will not be putting content behind paywalls. I think everyone deserves access to this half-assed content. Having said that, if you're enjoying Discount Storytime, Please help keep the show running if you can. There's a support link in the show notes where you can contribute a few dollars each month and you can cancel anytime. Another way to support Discount Storytime is through word of mouth. By telling others about the show, you are both helping the show and spreading smiles. Now that's a win-win-win if you ask me. And regardless, thank you so much for being a listener. Bye.